Feels like the reason things are not going well between the two of you is their fault. Sorry, I feel like it's not bright enough. um, and we've got the Ace of Cups or Ace of Potions in the reverse. I think this is something that, you know, when we were talking, when we were, you know, discussing how you felt about something, maybe I wasn't the best at listening. Maybe I was just waiting for a moment to tell you how I felt about the whole situation. I think this is like my bad, right? I need to be the one to reach out. I need to be the one to make amends. And if I don't, I lose out on somebody that is really important to me. So this looks like an apology. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find my candles on Etsy. Some of you may have already seen my post this morning. I'm taking a couple of days because working every day is a little bit rough sometimes. I'm going to miss you all, but I've also been a busy beaver and recording additional, like pre-recorded videos for you that I've posted 2 a day over the next several days, including later tonight, I believe 8 p.m. Central. Yes. So those will be live premieres, which means you can live chat on those, and I do plan to make it to as many of those as I can. Hello, Nat Nat. Hello, Joaquin. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Alice. Did I say hello to James? So yeah, hopefully I can still connect with you all. And then I'm also going to go live on Saturday, probably about midday. If I can on Thursday as well. That one might be a little bit trickier. But let's see what else we have. And thank you for putting up with my little time away. I appreciate it. This is the Edgar Allan Poe. Let's see what we've got as far as why this person feels like they need to apologize. Hey, April, how you doing today? We have the Three of Cups, Strength in the reverse, Judgment. Well, I probably shouldn't have listened to that friend of mine who gave me some advice on you. Three of Cups, Strength in the reverse, Judgment. I had to take a little bit of time to think about it, and when I did, I realized maybe I shouldn't have taken that person's advice. Or maybe it doesn't really matter what that person thinks or those people think. If I want to be with you, then I want to be with you. This is someone who has to apologize because they let an outside influence cause an argument between the two of you. That could take a lot of different forms. We could have somebody who was resisting commitment or didn't want to defend you to their family or friends. But now we have a, oops, probably should have done that differently. Hello, Mr. Black Eyes, how you doing? Yes, sincere apologies are the best. Usually with, you know, changed behavior. Two of Cups in the reverse, Eight of Swords, and the High Priestess. Okay, so the Two of Cups in the reverse is not a surprise considering we had the Ace of Cups in the reverse. This is like, I thought I could trust you, and apparently I cannot. Eight of Swords and the High Priestess is, now I feel like I have to guard myself from you, or now I feel like I can't tell you what's going on in my life, or I can't trust you with my emotions, right? Thank you, Nat Nat. I've added that for you. Hello, Hooks. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Billy. How we doing? All right, what else do we have? Ace of Swords and the Moon in the reverse. I said something that I shouldn't have said. What I said to you was manipulative or was short-sighted or selfish. Good morning, Lee. How are you doing? Of course. Hello, Peter Griffin. How's Peterlandia? Was that the name of the country he had? I think it was Peterlandia. Hello, Luis. How are you doing? Yeah, that is bright and early. So we've got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Empress in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Man, I don't really like this person. You are so influenced by the company that you keep. And I had this... Look, I didn't like my gym teacher in high school, okay? I'm not going to say his name. Yes, I remember it. I thought he was kind of like he was the one who taught me what it was to have a punchable face. But I also thought he was like, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you get good advice or sometimes you get insights from people that you don't necessarily expect to have good advice. And in his case, it was true, even though I didn't really feel like he lived by it. You tend to become who you hang around, period. So if you don't want to be like that person, or if you don't like how, you know, your cousin talks to people, if you don't want to be like those people, then you got to question, how much time am I putting into this? I think we have somebody who's got a bad group of friends. This could also be a family influence, so take it how it resonates. But this is like a group of people over there just chatting and judging and being rude, you know? Good morning, too. How you doing? Guidance on journey. Awesome. I've added that for you, hon. Thank you. Thank you for the bronze medal, cool cat. I'm doing well. Hello, Chad. What's up? What else do we have? Three of Pentacles in the reverse. I think it's, for the majority of you, we've got three people here who are not great. Not great people. Look, I try not to be like super judgy because I'm getting, through a lot of these readings, I'm getting the perspective that other people have on people. And sometimes that's a little bit, you know, skewed. And we could have somebody who's coming back around to say, hey, I'm really sorry I said those things. My friends are awful and they told me to say that. That's not really a great apology, and I hope you would know that. But if this is somebody who's just like, I don't know what I was thinking, I shouldn't have said that, it's totally my friends or my family's fault. Yeah. You have free will. You have the ability to say what you want to say. So they have to have some accountability in this as well, even though they were influenced and they accept that, like, maybe those are not the best people to take advice from. Three of Pentacles in the reverse is followed by the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So I said the thing or did the thing that I shouldn't have. I chose to hang out with them instead of with you, or I didn't defend you when people were giving you a hard time. And that led to an argument. That led to you deciding you didn't want to hang out, or you didn't want to date, or you didn't want to talk to me. They realized that, you know, they could have handled this better. We have the Fool. They feel like you're over there like, okay, well, if that's how you're going to act, then I'll just, like, excuse myself from the table. Like, I don't think you wanted to just, like, hang out and see what else was going to happen. Hello, William. How are you doing? Hey, Carla. What's up? Hello, Cyber Johnny. How's your day going? Yeah, often if you can be influenced by friends, you probably get influenced by family too. You know, I'm not saying you shouldn't have any impact to you whatsoever from the people around you. I think we can all agree that there are lovely traits or habits or approaches to life that you can pick up along the way because you encounter delightful individuals who know how to live. This is not one of those times. This is somebody who's like, why would you want to be in a relationship? That sounds stupid. And so somebody ruins a budding relationship. This could be somebody who doesn't feel like they can risk like the social credit defending the relationship with you or defending you if other people feel like they should, you know, be able to take a shot at you. I don't know, but if you're my friend or if you are somebody in a relationship, this is like, why would you not want to defend somebody that you care about if we've got people here who are not very nice? 36 is the cross and 22 is the path. So because someone chose their friends or family or because they did not defend you, that was effectively choosing the other people, right? Now they're going through this dark night of the soul because they miss you or because they realize how foolish it was to let you down in that way. So, Chad, I don't know how you feel about... Okay, I'm sorry that you got rejected, but I have to be honest, the first thing that I thought about saying was, what about Stacy's mom? And I don't know you well enough. I don't know if I'm going to offend you, but somebody might think that's funny. If you don't, then I apologize. And also, when people reject you, that's oftentimes just protecting you from something you don't want to be dealing with, you know? Hello, is it Lorraine? I hope I said that right. How you doing? Rapid, don't call me mama. It's like my least favorite thing ever. My name is Carmen. Please don't call me that. Yes, that is exactly why I said it. I'm so glad that you all understand. Hello, Ray. How are you doing? Hello, is it Gigi? No, JJL? This is a general reading, and we've got somebody who should have stood up for a friend or a romantic partner or chosen them over their friends, but sadly they chose the wrong thing. So now they're lonely, they're regretting how things have happened, wondering if they can apologize. But I feel like they've left you in confusion. I feel like in your mind, this is somebody who's just like, whatever, I guess that's how it happened. I don't think you expect them to be going through the dark night of the soul or learning a pretty significant lesson about how to treat people. So even if this doesn't work out, at least you've helped this person to see that they need to do better by the people that they care about. Yeah, and therefore they don't deserve you, Mr. Black Eyes. Oh, I hope you're having a good day. So we've got Knight of Swords. I love these cards. This is the Cook's Tarot, by the way. The Knight of Swords, it looks like we're doing like a seafood boil or something. We got a whole bunch of pots over here. Okay. So to combine that with the Emperor, yeah, this is somebody who felt like maybe a little bit of a pull to being like the cool person in the group or not wanting to be seen as the least cool person in the group. I don't know, man. Sign me up for being the least cool person in the group or sign me up for like not even being in the group. So concerned about looking like they were in control. This does not have to be a man, But the Emperor is, I think, more so kind of like the persona. This is what they were hoping to have, right? Because we have Empress in the reverse clarified by the Emperor. So I can't show any loving feelings. I can't be like romantic or lovey-dovey. People will make fun of me if I do that. I do think probably most of you are going to assume that that means that this is toxic masculinity and a man who is being, made fun of by friends. They shouldn't be, getting all romantic with somebody. But let's keep in mind, as a woman myself, there are plenty of women out there who do that too. Like, oh, you got feelings? That's dumb. It can happen no matter what. But we have friends who are like, I can't believe you would like actually be with that person, or, I don't think that you should even waste your time with relationships. Thank you, Lee. My ex keeps saying words like our home. I'm gonna do that in our home. Okay, so why is X saying our home? And Lee, is that in reference to the more recent, like the woman who's moving? I don't know if I should say her name. That starts with an M. Like, is this someone who's saying you still share a home with them even though they're your ex? Or is this the ex maybe getting back together with the other wife? Hello, Priyanka. How's it going? Hello, Lemonade. Oh, that was for Lee. I think he thinks in his head he's still living with his wife. Oh, okay, yeah. That's kind of what I thought. Okay, so maybe, yeah, we'll dive into that. Maybe a little bit of difficulty with regards to accepting reality, eh? So we have the Knight of Wands, the Sun in the reverse, and Five of Pentacles. Yeah. So the Knights are cards that can often talk about impulsive or even like immature energy. They can be a little bit misinformed or overly eager. This Knight of Wands, I love this too. It's literally a broom with a horse head on the top. How are you not jealous right now? I told you I would sweep the floors when you find a broom with a horse head on it and not before then. You can't get me a broom with a horsey on the end of it, then I'm not going to clean the floors. It looks like he's drinking too. Let's hope it's not like olive oil. Yeah, this person made a hasty decision, felt like they were gonna, continue on with the behavior that they're used to in their group, didn't want to be like made fun of, and now they're depressed with the Sun in the reverse. This is like, man, I really messed up. Now I'm stuck with these people that I don't even really like, and I lost the person that I do like or that I do feel close to. I made them feel small, and now I have to pretend like everything's fine. So they're at this point, they've definitely had some time to think about this, but they're at this point where it's like, well, if I want to reconcile or if I want to apologize, I'm gonna have to do it soon. I can't just like wait like 5 years and then hope that everything will be great. This is the Pulp Tarot. Hey, Nathaniel, how are you doing? Yeehaw. Hello, Karen. What else do we have? The Hermit. Ten of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. So let's say that this is about your significant other not defending you when their friends were being rude, disrespectful, or insensitive. And those friends probably make a hobby out of being insensitive. So to say that that was an isolated incident would probably be wrong. So after the two of you had your falling out, and when this Empress in the reverse Emperor has been spending time with those people since, it's like they found their backbone. You're not around, you're not in their life, everyone knows you're not talking anymore, but when someone says something negative about you, now all of a sudden the Emperor is like, shut your face. Now they're getting a little bit like salty about it because it started to hurt them. Change in behavior is really good, but this is someone who is learning the lesson the hard way. The important thing is they are now defending your name. Now they're like, you want to go outside? Like, you want to talk about all the dumb things you've done? Why do you look like a thumb? Still my favorite insult ever. I'm sorry. Hello, Mac. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Oh, how was that for you, Rachel? Hello, Nolan. How are you doing? Yeah, thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a lot. So now this person feels like they need to distance themselves from their friends. They may have even had an argument because I think they said, look, the whole reason that I'm not even talking to that person anymore is because y'all couldn't act right. Like, if you knew how to like treat people with respect, we wouldn't be here. But it's also in that moment where they're really fully understanding. But I also could have defended that person and I chose not to. So this is why we have somebody changing. I know everybody gets all scared when we have the death card, but the death card is a beautiful representation of transformation. Someone who sees this is going to be a repeating cycle. I could probably never be in a happy relationship because y'all are going to be judging them or hooting and hollering, making a scene, acting like, 19-year-olds. This is someone who's realizing maybe I need to get different friends. Maybe it's not just that I need to apologize to the person that was mistreated by my friends or family. Maybe it's that I really need to spend time with people that are a little bit more respectful in general. If they're not interested in working on those things about themselves, then maybe I need to be going a different direction. Maybe I need to hang out at a different Starbucks. I did not get paid for that, but it's making me think of, oh gosh, what movie is that? Best in Show. We didn't meet at the same Starbucks. He was at the one across the street. What does he say? She was looking at like an LL Bean catalog or something. I don't think it's LL Bean. It's got to be something different. If you know Best in Show, please tell me what it is. Such a funny movie. R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. So sad. Hello, Louise. How are you doing? Hello, August. How's your day going? High Priestess in the reverse. 6 of Wands in the reverse, and the Lovers. In fact, if I'm honest about it, these friends of mine have ruined every relationship that I've had since 1998. Just kidding. I think they're really starting to examine why they hang out with these individuals, why they haven't made any effort to grow up, and whether or not these people are just like holding them back. Well, yes, I think they are. So if I want to become a better person, or if I want something, akin to marriage in my life, then I probably need to reconsider who I'm spending time with, because I don't want to lose other relationships just because I've got, Friends who ruin it. I can't help but also reference the league. I don't do fantasy football. I don't even really necessarily care about regular football. You can insult me all you want. I do like Iowa Hawkeyes, but I don't watch them all the time. This is like this is like somebody's realizing that maybe I've been cheering for a team just because everybody else has. Maybe I've been wanting that sense of belonging so much that I wasn't really thinking about, you know, who I'm cheering for. It's just there. If you know an Iowa Hawkeye fan, you probably also know that they're referred to as the Heart Attack Hawks. I think I have that right. Because they like to mess it up at the last second, which is oddly similar to the Vikings. This is someone who's like, they're gonna ruin this every chance they get. Why am I part of this team? Why am I doing this? Why am I letting these people cause drama in my life? It's not like I'm, you know, chained to them. I don't have to be friends with them. Sure, maybe I've known them since I was 12. But if I'm ready for a different chapter in my life and these clowns aren't, then maybe I need to just like, you know, move to the next town. Join a book club. We have the Two of Cups. I think this is someone who's walking away from the friendships that have held them back and prevented them from some of that maturing or personal growth. And they're saying, no, what I want is I want to be in a relationship with that person. I'm going to go apologize to them for how things went down and for not defending them the way that I should have. And then I'm also going to say, I want to be in a relationship with you. I'm not going to be hanging out with people like that anymore because you helped me to see how that was impacting my own personal growth, right? Hello, Ron. How are you doing? We have the Six of Swords in the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, and Sun in the reverse. So you're this Nine of Pentacles, okay? Also probably the Star from the very beginning, although that can be a reference to wanting to heal things. I think this is really clarifying, though, with this Nine of Pentacles. There is something very alluring about you, but also something very like unique about you. I don't feel like there's any attempt, whoever I'm reading, I don't feel like you're out here trying to mimic anybody else. I don't feel like you're out here trying to steal anybody else's looks or jokes. You're very much so comfortable in your own skin. And guess what? When you like yourself for legitimate reasons, or when you are not, you know, a problem with regards to ego, but comfortable being different from others, you make people around you feel uncomfortable. They're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's just me like liking myself. Yeah, guess how many people do that? Not enough. It's part of why I have my channel. Hopefully we can get more and more people to love themselves before they try to go out there and be in healthy relationships, because that insecurity or that, you know, I've got to be what other people expect me to be gets in the way. You don't have that. Whoever I'm reading for, the reason that you are a bit unforgettable for the Emperor is because you don't care what other people think, at least not that much. You're bold in a way that this group of people doesn't understand. I'm trying to think, was it like Ice Age or something? I think it was Ice Age where they had, was it Lemmings? I think it was Lemmings. And they all like go off the cliff. You'd be over here like, guys, that's a pretty big drop off. Are you stupid? I'm gonna go over here and sit under the shade, find me a drink with an umbrella in it. Everybody else is jumping off. You're not a follower, and you have taught somebody who was a follower how to not do that anymore. Good for you. Even if you guys don't reconcile or get back together, then at least you have shown this person that copying everybody else or not being your own person ain't that cute. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Dancing in the rain. I like it. This is the situations deck. I'm going to pull a few from here, and then I'm going to start the personal questions for you. And for those of you that just joined, I was trying to give y'all a little heads up that I'm going to have fewer live streams over the next couple days. So the next live after this for sure will be Saturday, but possibly Thursday. Hey, Joe, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Yes, thank you for the thumbs ups. So we've got crushed, sad, broken, feeling alone. I want to meet you because I want to address the fact that I am sad and I don't get to see you. So this is someone who might be planning to surprise you. Someone who is maybe planning a delivery to get some kind of conversation going. But what they are focused on is a reconciliation. I want us to be able to talk through what happened. I want to apologize for how I behaved and accept responsibility. And also tell you that I'm not really interested in letting this happen again. I don't think I want to stay friends with the people who caused the drama the first time. I think they're going to surprise you. I think you're going to just show up and be like, hey, here's what happened. I'm not proud of it, or I wish it had been a different way. But if there's a chance to figure it out, let's do that. Hey, Ryan, if you would like to be respectful, you are welcome to stay in the live chat. Otherwise, I will block you. Happy Wednesday. Rachel was a little nicer. I didn't block you, though. I just removed it. So we've got crickets, silence, non-action. They wish they had done something sooner. I mean, to be fair, they were going through a dark night of the soul. You can't really do that in like 7 hours. You know what I mean? I mean, you can, but that seems like awful. Settlement, agreement, compromise. So I'm back to apologize, and I want to tell you that I've missed you. I'm sorry for how I treated you. Now I understand a little bit better about how it might have felt from your side. And it's also motivated me to make some changes in my life because I think those friends were actually holding me back from being the mature person that I am supposed to be. Entrapment, pregnancy, money, heartstrings. Okay. So this is someone saying, basically, I can't have the life that I want to if I just have my friends. They were trapping me or blocking me from being able to pursue starting a family. And I think they've basically gotten to the point where they're like, after how difficult it's been to not have you in my life, I think you're the person that I want to start that family with. So I'm not talking to those friends anymore. I'm sorry, and I've changed my life, and I'd like to be with you. Pretty solid approach. You still have to be into it, right? You might not be. But this is someone who is definitely making the effort. All right, so we're going to start with those personal questions. Forgive me if you hear my stomach growl. All right, we've got Nat, then Lee, and then Aqua Beauty. Lee, I'm going to do your second question with your first one, so you don't have to listen twice. Alice, use your intuition. You'll know if this person's being genuine, but I would say this is a decent amount of green flags here. This seems to me like somebody who has actually learned a pretty difficult lesson about the company they keep, and they don't want to be around those people anymore. So maybe you have to ask a few qualifying questions, but I think this is someone who has the right intentions. All right, let's see what we have for Nat Nat. Four of Pentacles. Five of Swords in the reverse. The Fool in the reverse. Ten of Swords in the reverse, and the Empress. This feels to me like saying you can forgive someone without having to accept them back into your life. You can release that energy and not hold a grudge or let go of the resentment that you have for somebody and still not have to feel like you gave in or you're a doormat. So I don't know if this is in the near future, but this is somebody who's definitely been a bit of a clown or disrespectful towards you. I think they're going to, or they have asked for forgiveness, and you're kind of like, screw you. This is arguing for forgiving this person to let go of that energy, but not looking at it as forgiveness means you have to let them back in, right? Hello, Lennis. How are you doing? Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Lovers. Yeah, I feel like this is saying you can find peace for yourself, let this person go, forgive them for being a doofus. Is that offensive? It's kind of like, it's kind of silly, right? Forgive this person and let go. They don't deserve to have any space hanging out in your head rent-free. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are like, no, I like my anger. I'm not going to forgive. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, those like ankle weights that people wear if they're really all about their fitness and they're going out there like going for a run and you're like, man, that's commitment, man. You're not like heavy enough. You got to like add more weight. That's cool. That's your anger, but like probably in less convenient areas. You don't want those ankle weights to make things more complicated. Like, how are you even going to wear the right shoes? Okay. Ankle weights are not going to be a good look. Do not let that anger fester. I feel like you're already on board with this, so I won't like harangue you. But Page of Wands in the reverse. You also don't have to say, it could just be like, I forgive you. But they don't ever hear it. That's cool. Yeah, but letting go enables you to have this more powerful Empress energy. Oh, we got some angry people. All right, let's move on to Lee. What are we going to use for cards today? We shall use the Egyptian Tarot. What is it that Lee needs to know? What does Lee need to know? Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Six of Wands. Ace of Swords. Judgment in the reverse. Two of Cups in the reverse. Is this about the exes? No. Is this about the person with a crush? Okay, so Lee, we have someone who has a crush on you, right? Somebody who's interested in you. It's like they want to come have a chat. They want to find an opportunity to be like, guess what? I did it. I'm single. So this is a person who was in a relationship or was married, and they want to come through and tell you, like, I'm done with that. I said I don't choose you. This is someone who wants to be with you, telling you that they are currently single and want to mingle. Have a Pringle. And how do we feel about this? Is it a rejection? This looks inadvisably. So there's gonna be somebody who shows up, wants to tell you like they're single, they can date you, they're excited, they broke it off with somebody. Still looks like trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. I think you know that. And what about the ex saying our home? Like the wife is still there. Why is the ex doing that? Is it because there's someone else there? No. Is the wife back? She might be back. But like, with him? I feel like he's seeing things the wrong way. It's like, you know, we weren't talking for a bit. There was a lot of anger, and I feel like the anger's died down, and now we can like laugh again a little bit. I feel like this is false hopes. I feel like he's saying our home because he thinks things are going to get better. She doesn't think that. Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. She's over here like, I'm free. I don't have to worry about you. I don't have to clean up your messes. I don't have to figure out when you're lying to me. But she's civil. It's like, because there's no more arguing, or because there's reduction in how often they argue, this guy's like, oh, you love me again, don't you? You just like want me so bad. Is that all it takes? Just because we're not arguing? I think he's reading the situation wrong. She also could be keeping things a little bit cloudy intentionally to keep him from being argumentative or difficult. So there could be, on both sides, some, I don't know, unwillingness to be direct or clear. But I don't see her wanting more with him. I think she's just trying to keep him calm. Hello, Bruce. How are you doing? Oh, I hope you do as well. Hello, Elizabeth. How's your day? All right. Let's see what we've got for Aqua Beauty. I don't think I've used this one yet. The Wild Reflections, of course. Yes, I think that's appropriately. I don't jump to that very quickly, but yeah, I don't think your ex is like on speaking terms with reality. Maybe that went too far. They only talk occasionally. Hey, reality. I know it's been like 3 months. Just wondering what's going on out there. Just, you know, been living my own thing, pretending everything's great, pretending I'm great. You gotta be best friends with reality. All right, what do we have for 2? The Magician. The Star in the reverse. 2 of Cups and the King of Cups. This is someone who's working on emotional maturity after avoiding it for a very long time. Someone who felt like they could manipulate or control the situation is now, it's like, okay, I get it. I probably need to do something different, right? The Devil in the reverse. I feel like this is a dark night of the soul that someone connected to you has gone through. And now with the 9 of Swords in the reverse, it's like they're coming through on the other side, so things are improving. But they're still in this energy of, like, leave me alone. I'm not ready to talk. I've gone through a lot and you wouldn't understand. So struggling to connect with other people, maybe preferring the company of animals or no company right now, like just nobody talk to me kind of thing. So the Magician's finally going to see a shift in their life because they finally accepted this responsibility for healing. Of course. So I don't think you're talking to this person. And I think you probably know who this is. This is someone who wants to apologize. Be very careful. I mean, this looks good, but proceed cautiously. Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. My card for you. This could be a half-cooked burrito situation where there's still some healing that needs to happen before a meaningful connection can proceed. But I do feel like this is someone who wants to apologize. My issue here is I still feel like it's a little too comfortable for this person to be dishonest. I'm not sure if that's really changed. So you want to have a little bit of a litmus test on honesty. So yeah. But this is good. Someone's healing. Let's give them credit. I don't really like that the Queen of Swords is in the reverse. That could be them thinking that you're going to be a jerk if they come back around to apologize. But I think more so there's still some things that I need to be honest with others about, or honest with myself about, you know? All right, I gotta run. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And I hope to see you hopefully on Thursday, but at the very least Saturday.